good morning, and it's another Tuesday morning where we continue to talk real estate, and we bring you information that will encourage you and help you to in decision making in how to develop and manage your real estate, engage your real estate. This morning we know that there are a lot of we Dominicans in the diaspora, and our heart is always looking home. We are always, our heart is at home, and we're always looking at the possibility. Some of us are still dreaming, but many of us are like, on your mark, get set, go, get set, and we are ready to take that leap of faith in coming home to engage our real estate. Many of us have properties that are just sitting here and would like to come back and enjoy what we've known in our heart to be our Dominica. And so this morning our talk will be real estate and relocation, shipping. What does that have to do, with each other? So when we come back, we will talk with a representative of a shipping company that will help you understand from their perspective, their end, how to do it when you are relocating back home in reference to sending home your container. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Real Estate Talk with host Marianne Johnfin, the real estate lady, the best source for all your real estate needs. Real Estate Talk is aired on the big station Q95 FM every Tuesday morning from 10:15 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. Real Estate Talk is talking primarily on all things real estate, commercial and residential. We talk about the real estate market. We talk about the market conditions for buying and selling. We talk about choosing a professional real estate agent. We talk about financing your purchase and finding the right property. We engage the experts with specific roles in the process of buying and selling real estate. Real Estate Talk every Tuesday on Q95 FM from 10:15 a.m. with host Marianne Johnfin.
And welcome back. Welcome to Real Estate Talk. As I said before the break, that we'll be discussing a little bit about relocation in reference to shipping. And that is what it has to do with real estate. Someone has their property or they're looking to buy. How easy it is to get your container here or get stuff that you would like to have in Dominica that may not be available, or you're looking to get somewhere. So this morning we are talking to a representative of a shipping company. So I will let her introduce herself to us. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you so very much for the invitation. It's very nice to be here this morning. I am Alice Dalrymple. I'm a transportation consultant at Tropical Shipping, Dominica. Tropical Shipping is a U.S.-based company. We serve the Miami, Bahamas, and the Caribbean, and we've been serving Dominica for well over 20 years. Our values, we are very committed to our customers, and you will see the tropic tide and the tropic sun that have been docking at the port every Wednesday. That is Tropical Shipping. And of course, I'm very happy to be here, and we're going to assist you to let you know how you can come back home, and how you can also, if you want to move out, you can also do that. But we don't want you to move out. We want you to come back, right?
I think at this point we need more moving out. We have moved out. Too many of us have moved out. It's time to come home. There's a song that says, time to come home.
So, and what a perfect time. I mean, it's independence, right?
Yeah, and that's that's when our heart just go gaga goo.
That is true.
Because it's like, I mean, we have such a beautiful Dominica, a beautiful culture, and I mean, even our behavior, the positive aspect of our behavior is so beautiful, and I mean, when you meet us together, I mean, the goodness and sometimes you overseas and you hear one of us talk, and it's like, wow, that one from Granby,
yes,
from Casablanca, so you can, so there's a beauty in what we do, and there are also the bad things, but let's highlight and look at what we do beautifully. So give us a little bit a tropical shipping. How long have you been in Dominica? I know you've been serving, but how long have you been here?
We've been in Dominica well over 20 years, and we ship from basically anywhere. From the U.S., our hub is in the U.S. We also have Puerto Rico and Trinidad, and We serve in the U.S., Canada, Bahamas, the Windward Islands, the Virgin Islands, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. And also for shipments outside of that in Europe and Asia, we also do that. Tropical Shipping, we have a sister company that we work with. It's called Kestrel Liner, and they get their goods to us, to our hub in Miami and then to Dominica.
I was just going to say that. So, we have traveled. We have really traveled the world, and there are some of us that are all the way in Finland and in Alaska. We have become Eskimos.
I met somebody in Dominica online, and she told me she's living in Greece for the past 3 years.
Yes, and we adapt very well. So if I'm in Greece and I want to take over I say, okay, I have enough of the Greeks. I want to come back. How do I? Tell us what is involved. I've bought, I want to come back home. I have my relocating here. Tell me what you would offer.
So here's what we do. First, we will need we need to know where you're shipping from. Some of the bigger islands, they have several ports. So the port is very important to us. The commodity, we need to know what you're bringing in because the rates differ. The rate for a vehicle will not apply for the rate for personal effects. Okay. So the commodity is important. You could have a mixed container with, let's say you have your furniture, you have your computer, you have your vehicle. We also do that. So we need to know, first of all, where you're shipping from.
You need to itemize.
The port, yes. So the port of origin, where you're shipping from. And with that, we need to know the commodity, what you're shipping, how much you're shipping. If it's a full container load, if it's less container load, it's called LCL, full container load, FCL. And with that, we get you a quote. All right, I'll give you my contact information that you can, we request a quote and we do a booking for you. Okay, with that booking, you will get a number. So you'll have a reference number for your booking. And after that, we will, when we create the booking, we will get the quote. You confirm that you accept the quote because we don't want to go ahead and then you say, oh, that's the freight, So once you accept the quote, we go ahead, we create a booking. And if you need pickup, we also do pickup because the container might be at your home and you want us to drop the container for you to fill it in. And then we come back to pick up the following 2 days. If you need 3 days, if you need us to pick up the same day, you let us know. And we pick up, we drop, and we take it from there. We'll let you know what documentation is needed. We have our Tropical website. It's very user-friendly. The only forms that you need is there. There are guidelines there from beginning to end. And we have customer reps who can help you all through. So we help you to tell you this is the documentation that you need. Let's not wait until the container gets here to get all your documents filled in. For people coming back home, I think there's a procedure for the government that you have to do to get duty-free concession and all of that. We also advise you on that and tell you where to go. We refer you to the correct persons. If you also need a broker to have your container when it gets here and you want the person to do all the customs duty and port charges for you, we can refer you to a broker or broker agency. And when your cargo gets here, we call you to let you know the cargo will be coming in the following week, so you are aware that this is the day that it's going to be here. Yes, it's a simple process, and it's we help you all the way through.
Okay. With that, let's take a quick break, and we'll continue right after this. Okay.
Jupini Fabric Store shoppers, Creole dressed to impress and get a chance to win prizes. Shop at LA Jupini Fabric Store, corner, Hanover Street and Long Lane, and choose from our wide variety of fabulous madras, African and vivid prints, broadé, anglais, and beautiful cottons, lace, and all trimmings. Visit the store on Creole Fridays wearing your Creole creations made from Jupini fabric. We judge, you win. Best wob and most creative wear. Our friendly professional staff awaits. Happy Independence from all of us at LA Jupini Fabric Store.
E.H. Johnson Company Limited, the right place for quality products and dependable customer services when building, renovating, and remodeling your home. Visit E.H. Charles for building supplies, home decoration, and garden supplies, plumbing, equipment, tools, and general hardware supplies. E.H. Charles Company Limited is the right place, the right choice. We offer dependable customer services. Located on Goodwill Road, opens Monday to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Telephone 448-2390. E.H. Charles Company Limited, the right place for quality products and dependable customer services. Member of True Value Company, agent for Makita Professional Power Tools and Berger Paint.
And we are back. We are speaking today with Miss Alice Dalrymple. She is the transportation consultant at one of our shipping agencies here, Tropical Shipping, to give you a little information as to relocating to Dominica. I heard a statement saying that Dominicans are coming back home. I'm not going to discuss that with you, but if you are seriously thinking of coming back home from any corner of the globe, Tropical Shipping can make it tropical for you.
Definitely, and regardless of your location, we will get your cargo across safely.
So some of the services that you do, can you break it down a little again for me? So I'm moving back home like I was moving back home from St. Martin, but let's take it a little bit. Do you do the packaging for me? Or what do you do? Do you do the packing for me or what?
For full container loads, we drop the container to you and you pack your goods. For less container load, let's say you have several boxes, you have a few pallets, you could send it to Tropical at our warehouse and we do the packing for you. So for full container loads, you do your packing. For less container loads, we can pick up from you the small boxes, the pallets, the skid, whatever you have, and we do the packing in the containers for less container loads.
All right. So you give that option to
Yes.
persons that are looking. For us in St. Martin, we just go on the boat and everything on the boat, but that's okay. But that's for those that are further away. It's possible that Tropical Shipping can do that for you. So do you do door-to-door service?
We do pickups. We would not say door to door because when it gets to Dominica, we don't deliver. And also we have trucking companies that do the pickup for us. So you're not allowed to take your own vehicle and come pick up our container. We have a trucking company who drop the container for you. So here it's door to ocean port. So it's not door to door, it's door to ocean port.
So in layman's term, they drop it on the port for you and you take care of it from there. But you are able to advise
Yes.
in reference to what step to do, and you're able to recommend
Yes.
other broker, because you're able to recommend a broker and in reference to taking care of the port, because that could be tedious.
Yes, it is a tedious process. It is a tedious process because sometimes people take a day off to clear the container. You have your personal items, you come back home, and it's a lot of paperwork that have to be submitted. And if you are not sure of where to go, it can really give you a run around and get you.
It can, and sometimes a lot of it is not doing the preparation work in advance.
That is
so. Do you provide? I contact you and I want to come on. Do you provide that service to give me even if you're not involved in that work or do not provide that service, but do you give a little bit of advice and say, okay, you will need this, da 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 da? Do you go down the checklist? Checklist.
Yes, we do that, and we want to make sure the customer is satisfied. So when we give you the process, and a lot of people, they do not know, especially you have the seniors coming back home, and you
can get a heart attack only on the port. You can get a heart attack
your 60s, you want somebody to take care of that for you, right? So we only provide the freight. So when we come, we give you a document, we will advise you and tell you, okay, first you go here, you pay your tailgate, then you go here, you pay your customs, and then you pay your duty, and then, so we guide you through the process.
Okay, so you guide me in the process, but there are persons or companies that you work on the ground that provide that full executive, that service where you don't necessarily have to do anything. They take care of the port for you and even to deliver to your door.
Yes, we have. What we do is recommend persons. I'm not going to list anybody because we work with several companies.
That's okay.
But we do recommend people. We recommend brokers and we recommend transportation as well. So, in a sense, we don't do door to door, but we recommend and facilitate door to door.
Or you facilitate door to door. So the process it could be an easy one.
Yes.
If your guidelines are followed and persons engage you in the right way and do things so that returning to our nature isle can be maybe not a breeze but a little something much easier.
That is correct. And even for real estate, you have different countries. Their laws are different. Their court process, their customs process, their port process is different. So if you have, let's say, somebody relocating or moving to Dominica from another island, we also make sure that we explain it properly because it may be different in another island.
Exactly.
San Martin, wherever, so
Right.
we ensure that we give you all the information and we give it to you as early as possible as well, so that when your cargo gets here, it's a seamless process.
Okay, because one of the things that, as you mentioned, St. Martin, and that's the only place I can really, because I lived there for a number of years, so I'm sorry if I keep mentioning St. Martin. I speak of what I know. And you go to the port, or St. Martin is declared a duty-free port, and so for us in St. Martin, is when you say duty free, I only pay. I go to the shipping agency. I pay whatever I have to for shipping and handling, if that is the case, and I go and I collect my stuff without having to go through a port process of collecting my goods. So I thought, if duty free is maybe it's kind of misleading for me. It was. Because there are other fees that has to be paid. So maybe we should not use that a duty-free concession, but I think it's one or two taxes or duties that are waived when we are coming home. What is in light of that? What are in terms of the arrival time from pickup to the port?
Right, we do have cut-off points, and that is something that we explain to our customers as well, because our vessel leaves Miami every Wednesday, and the cargo need to be there by 12 noon on Tuesday. So if it is not there by 12 noon, it will not sail.
Not 5
Wednesday.
minutes past.
No, it has to be 12 noon. Anything past that will stay to sail the following week. So there is a cutoff point, and also for documentation, there is a cutoff point that will be the Friday. So if your cargo is sailing the Wednesday, you would have your documentation will need to be in by Friday. Some of the cargo, depending on where it's coming from, you may need U.S. customs clearance, and that takes 72 hours to clear. So even if the container is there on time, documentation is on time, we have to wait to get U.S. customs clearance. And these are some of the things that people do not understand. They figure as soon as it reaches on the port or it reaches at the warehouse, it can sail.
So there's a process to everything, because
And
there's always a third
time.
party involved.
Yes, and we know the U.S. laws and the regulations for insurance.
The ISPS
and
rules.
Yes, and we are governed by the FMC rules, so we must follow their policies and their procedures.
What is FMC?
That is Federal Marine Center. So they have laws that regulate marine transportation, both for insurance and export. So we have to ensure that we follow all their policies and procedures. The documentations have to be filed at a particular time, and we have to give the U.S. 72 hours to make sure that everything is checked,
Do their thing.
and they pass through all the process, and then they give us U.S. clearance, and we are now able to sail.
You're able to say. Okay.
So we have to understand the timing as well. The timing is very, very important, because it's not just getting the cargo on the port and then it leaves. We have to.
Okay. Companies use your service a lot. Companies like hardware companies. So sometimes we need stuff for building, and you look on the TV and you see some beautiful things and homes, and especially if you're looking at the shows that do home renovations, and you see like wow, and so you work with the warehouse, the hardware companies to make provision to be able to provide products, so that when we are looking to renovate or that we can have our supplies ready. Do you?
Yes, we work with a lot of companies in Dominica, and even for companies outside of Dominica, because you do have projects, for example, at hotels that are being contracted by persons outside of Dominica. So they also work with Tropical Shipping in getting their cargo to Dominica. We supply companies who do groceries, all the grocery stores, who bring in all the refrigerated stuff that we use, the poultry, the chicken, everything that we use. Because we also do reefer containers, refrigerated containers. So apart from dry, we have hardware, building materials, motor vehicle as well. So the commodity is very,
It's
very wide.
vast.
It covers
Everything
that
and
you can
everybody.
think of that you can buy at a store.
So
or
you serve the regular person and you serve the
commercial, the businesses.
The businesses,
So we
so
have
yeah.
personal and commercial.
Mhm. You know, I love to walk in a hardware place and just to see, because, you know, we as women, we love to always looking at something for the house and stuff like that.
Yes.
So it's really nice. The last time I had a member from E.H. Charles, I like to go to their store because I think they have a lot of things that are, you know, that are nice and of quality also. So it's nice that, you know, the knowing that these companies such as these have an easy access in bringing stuff to Dominica that can facilitate the construction or the renovation of our real estate.
Yes, and even when you look at renovating a home, you know, women, they like a little touch of
A little
color,
something, yeah.
different. You can mix and
Cutting,
match.
yes.
And we're surprised to know that came all the way from Europe, or, you know, and we facilitate that. And not just that, but we also do insurance. You want to make sure that the glass pedestal thing that you have is here safe.
Exactly.
We do all of that. Marine insurance, we ensure that all these things are taken care of. We don't put perishable stuff with non-perishable stuff. We make sure that everything that is fragile goes and is well packaged from beginning to end. So we work with commercial companies, we work with personal. If you're doing your little order online and you want to order something, you know, we do all of that.
So you have a variety of service in reference
Very wide.
to shipping. And so if you are looking to come home, you know, you don't have to scratch your head and say, how I gonna get there now?
And again, we have some people who have sentimental stuff.
Right.
You have your personal thing that your great grandmother gave you. You don't want to leave it back. You want to come back with it. So you want, you know, so there are some people who come with sentimental value, you know,
Right.
sentimental thing that
Things.
they want to carry with them when they're moving back. They don't want to leave it. You might sell some of your stuff, you know.
Right.
And
Lighten
there's-
up the load.
Yes, there's certain things that you want to keep to heart. We facilitate all of that.
So getting to Dominica, relocating to this nature isle is not difficult.
No, it is not. The only thing we can do is put you in the container, so you need to take a plane. But everything else, we can carry it for you.
So the difficult part would be now is the leisure to get this all done and paid for from beginning
Yes.
to finish.
We can talk about the freight. The freight
When we
the
come
freight,
back, we'll
no
talk
problem.
about that. Stay tuned. You're listening to Real Estate Talk, where we are talking relocating and shipping the service that is available for relocating and shipping to the nature isle. This is Real Estate Talk. Marian Johnfin, the real estate lady. We'll be right back.
Time to sleep, darling.
Dad, are there any monsters under the bed?
Not while I'm here. You're safe and sound.
Feeling cared for, protected, and secure. It's a feeling that every Massey United Insurance customer knows. After all, they're in the same safe hands, protected by our financial strength, stability, and experience, and cared for by our team. Now, all our customers are even more secure with the sound strength of Massey. It's a great feeling. Massey United Insurance. To learn more, contact our agents, JB Charles and Company Limited at 448-2876, CAM Dupini Inc. at 448-3012, and LA Dupini and Company Limited at 448-2310.
Castaways Development Limited residential lots for sale at only $10 per square feet. Average size 8,000 square feet. All infrastructures available. Most lots with awesome ocean view. Just a minute walk away from the black, silky, sandy beach of Miro, one of Dominica's most beautiful and popular beaches. Castaways Development Limited residential lots available. Contact Marianne Johnfin at 225-2121. Email mjohnfin@gmail.com. Website diamondrealtyde.com.
Welcome back. We are just our last segment, and I want to thank Miss Mrs. Yeah, I see the bling on your finger. Mrs. Alice Dalrymple. She's the transportation consultant at Tropical Shipping. And ma'am, the fee, somebody were going to say, okay, but what is it going to cost me to rent your container and to bring it on the port? What would it cost me? Can you give us a fee, or is based on the size, the weight, and all of that?
It is basically based on the dimensions. So it's length by width by height. A full container would be a full container size, and the commodity varies.
Well, there are two different types of containers, length of containers.
Yes, we have 20 feet and we have 40 feet. And we also have
And the 40,
dry,
they are the length, yes, but they are the same height
same height,
and same width.
same width.
Okay.
Right. But for smaller packages, let's say you don't have enough cargo to fill a container, and you have a few pallets, that might be half of a container or a quarter of a container, or it could be a box. We will need the dimension of the cargo. So once I have the dimension of the cargo, we will be able to get you a freight.
So it's not by the weight?
No, it's not by the weight, neither the cost of the item.
Why
So
is it
it's
that way? Why?
Because you want to know how much space that
Space in.
parcel occupies.
Occupies.
So you're paying for the space, basically.
Oh, okay. So it's for
Yes.
the space you're paying, not for the. So you can put a big stone in a box. It's not the weight of the box. Is the. So you can.
So it's the once I get the length by the width by the height, you want to know how much that cargo takes up, how much space it takes up. So we convert that to what we call cubic feet.
Cubic feet. Yes.
So once I take the length, and you can even calculate it yourself. A simple way is you measure the length by the width by the height. If you're using feet, the total that you get will be your cubic feet measurement.
cubic
So you
feet.
can say, okay, I have a box taking
That's
13
10,
cubes.
13.
How much will I pay? I will enter that into my system, and it will pull up a rate for you.
At a pull-up.
All right.
Do you have a standard fee that you pay per
for
cubic feet?
that varies.
Varies.
So yes, that
But
varies.
it varies because of distance or location.
Not really. It's because of the charges that we have. Some of them fluctuate
Based on the
So
country
it's
of origin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So there is no set. Price. We do have a minimum shipment. 0 to 1 cubes is that. 2 to 5 cubes is that. That remains up to 40 cubes. Anything above 40 cubes, it can go up and down.
Okay.
All right. But you can call us at Tropical Shipping. My number is 275-5260. And my email is adalrymple, it's ADALRYMPLE at tropical.com. You can also send it to dominicasales@tropical.com, and our entire Tropical team will get that information. And the freight is not, it doesn't take much to get a freight. So once you have your dimensions, that is very, very important to us, and the commodity, because dimensions on auto parts and dimensions on building materials will give us a different quote.
Different quotation.
Right, so the commodity is very important, and the size of the cargo is important.
Okay. Finally, what is the main concern that you have in dealing with our shipment to Dominica? Are you able to answer that? What is the main concern that you have?
I would not say we have any concerns. What we want is for
To
people
advise.
to be more aware of the shipping process, and that's why we are here, to guide you in case you do not know. We will guide you because sometimes people may not know the process.
I
for
think a lot
shipping.
of us are not aware and are maybe afraid to ask, and you take for granted, and we just do things haphazardly, and then when the end of the process, you are billed, and then it's like, we want you.
Yes.
No.
So, and again, remember the U.S. laws. We are governed by the U.S. laws. So what charges may apply to the port in Dominica may not apply to the port in the U.S. But we only deal with the freight, so I can only speak about the freight.
Right.
Right? So it's important that you even check our website, or you could call us to find out, have an idea of what your freight will be, and even the process. Sometimes people call us when they're doing their orders online. That is fine. We can assist you. We want to make sure the process is a seamless one, and that not just that, but you understand what you're doing and you understand everything within the process.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. Coming home can be a breeze. Transportation of your items can be done well. It can be done safe. It can be done in time. And so relocating to build, relocating to live in the Nature Isle or real estate, Dominique, après bon Dieu, c'est la terre, c'est ça nous. And I know many of us wants to come home. I know that for a fact. I'm telling you, how many persons write me when they
You
hear
came
that.
back home, so
I know, but you see, I took a deep breath and I just jumped in the ocean of coming home, and really it was a lot of prayer that I did, and I really thank God for that. So, and a lot of persons I know in the region, especially in the region, would like to come home. I just showed somebody a property yesterday, and she said, "Girl, I know a lot of us in Texas want to come home, but we are just looking at what's happening, and to come home." So, this is another avenue. As I said, real estate. We're talking all things real estate, and some of you might think, "But what's the correlation?" I mean, when you walk on Roseau, this is real estate. When you know everything that you have is real estate, and so we want to engage it in the right way and to do it well. So you can come back home, you can ship home. There are companies that offers really, really professional service like yours, not true?
yes, and again, you might say again the correlation, but just looking at a building coming up, everything that made that building came from somewhere.
From somewhere. Most
had
of it
to get here.
Yeah.
Most of it, maybe sometimes some of it we make here, but some of it we do not make. And you had to either buy it in a store or you had to order it online, and it was shipped here in Dominica. So you have it now.
One of the
So
things that there
is a relation.
Yes, there is a good relationship. One of the things that's on the side note that I always say here when you're building, I think they are good carpenters here.
Yes, very skilled.
They are very good carpenters, I'm telling you. And they do some good furnitures and stuff like that, especially bedroom and closets and shelving and stuff like that. Anyway, Ms. Dalrymple, any last word you want to say?
Well, we want to thank you for the invitation. And again, you can just visit our website. All our forms are there. All our information is there. And feel free to call us at any time. We can be reached at any time. Again, my telephone number is 275-5260. And we want to make the process a seamless one for you. So feel free to contact us.
I, Dominique Nukaviwe, come back home. This is Real Estate Talk. Until next time, I'm Marian John Finn, the real estate lady, the best source for all your real estate needs. Should you need my service as a real estate agent, which I love doing, I love presenting properties to you. My number is 225-2121. My website is diamondrealty@da.com. No, I'm sorry, diamondrealtyda.com. That's my website, diamondrealtyda.com. So feel free to look at my website. I am redoing my website so that I can provide more information and do it much better, so we all can have a good product and see our Dominica and engage our Dominica and make it the envy of the rest of the world. Until next time, be blessed.